Stop thinking about living longer. Start thinking about not wasting your last 10 to 15 years. That was the real message behind Peter Attia's 60-minute piece, and it lines up almost perfectly with what we're building here at HealthFit. I'm Dr. Jason Han, rehab expert, author, and CEO. We have blended physical therapy, chiropractic, and regenerative therapies because we are obsessed with function, not just fixing flare-ups. And when I watched Attia talk about the marginal decade, I thought, yep, that's exactly what we're trying to prevent, just at a level real people can access. In the next few minutes, here's what I want to show you. 1. What Attia actually meant by the marginal decade. 2. Why exercise capacity beats almost everything else. And 3. How we translate that high-end longevity model into something you can start in Pasadena this month. Sound good? So let's mirror what he said first. He said at around 75, most people fall off a cliff. Not because the calendar hates you, but because your capacity, your strength, your balance, your cognition, your cardiovascular fitness, it drops to about 50% of what it could have been. And when you hit 50%, the stairs become scary, the travel becomes optional, and life gets really small, really fast. Nobody watching this wants that. You don't work this hard in your 40s and 50s to spend your 70s negotiating with the staircase. Here's the belief flip. Most people think, I'll start taking care of myself when something breaks. That's medicine 2.0. Treat the disease when the disease shows up. What Attia calls medicine 3.0 is training for the decade you haven't reached yet. That's not a cute quote, that is programming. And honestly, that's HealthFit. We don't just crack a joint, hand you a sheet, and say, good luck. We assess, activate, and armor. The same idea he showed in Austin with all the testing, just built for busy adults who don't have $100K to spend on a personal longevity lab. All right, let's break it down step by step. Step 1, assess. Attia made a big deal about things like VO2 max, strength, muscle mass, how well you move. Why? Because fitness markers predict independence. At HealthFit, our version is, can you squat without pain? Can you get off the floor? Can your shoulder go overhead without cheating? What's your gait look like? Where are your weak links? Your spine, your hip, your knee, your shoulder? We are collecting data because your capacity tells your future. Step 2, activate. He said the best drug for delaying physical and cognitive decline is exercise. We agree. But, and this is where people get stuck, you can't build capacity on top of irritation. So we calm the irritated tissue, and that's where physical therapy, chiropractic blend in, shockwave, EMTT, soft tissue work, joint work come in. Cool down the fire, then load it. That's how you go from my knee hurts when I hike to I can train like someone who actually plans to be 90. Step 3, armor. This is the part most clinics skip. Once you're out of pain, we build the thing that keeps you out of pain. Strength, power in the ranges you actually use, balance and conditioning. That's what protects 70, 80, and 90-year-old versions of you. We're not training you for the Olympics. We're training you for advanced age. The same phrase he used. Life is a sport. Train for the years you haven't met yet. Now, where do we see this most? Frozen shoulder that got better, but you never rebuilt overhead strength. Knee osteoarthritis that flares up every time you try to walk more than 30 minutes. Low back that behaves until you travel. Those become the people who hit 70 and suddenly can't lift the grandchild or carry luggage. Not because they're old, but because they didn't train for the years they hadn't met yet. And yes, there's always going to be a debate. On 60 Minutes, they brought up the cost, the high-level scans, the criticism. It's totally fair. But here's the part most people missed. Attia said 80% of this doesn't require a physician. Read that again. 80% is coaching, consistency, exercise, nutrition, emotional health, relationships. That's the gap we're filling here locally. We make the 80% doable, so the 20% of advanced stuff actually matters. Let me make it real with a quick story. We had a patient, mid-60s, executive, flew a lot, knee arthritis, and she thought she was slowing down. Her real goal? Jason, I just want to be able to get down on the floor with my grandkids and get back up without making it a whole production. We ran her through our Assess, Activate, Armor plan. We calmed the knee with targeted care. We cleaned up the hip and the ankle motion. We built single leg strength and added conditioning she could stick to. 8 weeks later, she sends us a photo. on the floor, smiling, no hands to stand up. That's it. That's longevity. Not living forever, living better in the years you already bought. So if you were in our clinic, here's how we'd start. Weeks 1 through 2, we evaluate, calm the pain, restore movement. Weeks 3 through 4, we start loading. Strength and patterns you'll need at 75. Weeks 5 through 8, we build capacity, carries, step-ups, rucks, real-world tasks. When we recheck and push the ceiling higher, that's your escape velocity. The thing Attia talked about, buying yourself another 10 to 15 years of high function, not just more years on a chart. Here's the simple takeaway. You can't control your birthday. You can control your capacity curve. You train for the years you haven't met yet. And if that sounds like you, here's what I recommend. Book an evaluation at HealthFit where we can create a customized plan. Or call us at 626-365-1380 to talk to one of our experts. Or visit our website to download one of our free guides. Because in the end, longevity isn't about adding years to your life. It's about adding life to your years. Every rep, every meal, every recovery session, they all shape the decade you haven't met yet. How you age isn't random. Age is your choice. Hey, if you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification for our latest tips coming to you every week. Share this video with your family and friends. It might just make their day a little bit better. I'll see you soon.